Welcome to Close Combat: The Bloody First. This game is out now, and if you would like to check it out, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored by Slytherin, and I literally just wanted to let you know about this game coming out right now. I'm gonna be making some videos on it, but we're gonna just take a very quick look at it today, and the next video, and maybe a video after that, is going to focus a little bit more in depth on some things. So just to begin with, I just want to tell you that this is the greatest real simulation of a tactical battle that I have ever played so far. It is really quite crazy. There is multiplayer. You can play co-op versus AI, and you can also play against someone else if you so desire. You have a scenario editor, and also if you click here, you can take a look at the grand campaign. So there is a grand campaign. There's a whole bunch of different battles as well. So for example, and you can also switch sides. So if you don't want to play with this side, you could play with the other side, of course. And otherwise, you've got Normandy. So you got Normandy, you got Omaha Beach, you got all the other operations right here, and then you have Sicily, and you can do all of these. And if you click on these, then there are even more. Yeah, so it's not just these three. You can actually click on them, and then there's like 4, 5, 3, in these different menus, and it is just amazing. So you can even click there, and then you can see the battle layout and all that wonderful stuff, which is just amazing. And then if you don't have enough to do in the grand campaign, you have operations. So you have a whole bunch of different operations right here, and you can choose whatever you want, and you can see exactly which region it is, you can see what date it is, and so on and so forth. Then you have battles, and these battles are immense. Look at how many there are. It's just insane. There's just so many here. Look at that. There are just so many. You can even play the tutorial, which I'm probably going to show you in this video, literally just because that is the quickest way for me to demonstrate some of the wonderful mechanics that you're going to be finding here. Now, this game is very much tactical, very much strategic. You are not going to win the game by having a huge amount of actions per second or whatever the case may be, like in other real-time strategy games that are quite prevalent nowadays. This is very much harking back to deep strategy. And they're even making this with the new 3D Archon engine as well, which basically makes it so that the world itself is rendered in 3D, and as a result, you have line of sight to be aware of. And your soldiers also have the ability to become shaken, they have the ability to become suppressed, and also to be pinned down. And of course, they have the ability to be, well, shot unconscious and indeed killed, and they can also panic, and there's all kinds of different things. Very much real simulation, real situations to deal with here. So, at ease, soldier, it's my job to teach you the basics of command. Let's hope you pay attention. All right, so select your squad. Yeah, okay, so I've already run through the tutorial once, because I just wanted to see what it's all about and everything. And personally, I feel like this is really okay. I'm just going to show you around the map as well, because obviously this is just the tutorial map. But look, if you hold down Control and you move your mouse anywhere, you can see exactly. For example, let's say there's an enemy camping out over here by these rocks, and they are taking cover, because you can take cover behind all kinds of things. And as I say, it is very deep simulation, this game. And for those of you that are strategic masterminds, you're going to love this. You really are. Anyway, as I was saying, if you have an enemy right here taking cover, and they have like a machine gun or something like that, and they're pinning you down, well, you can just hold Control, and then you can have a look and see exactly what they're able to see. And as a result, you're then able to make decisions based on that information. So for example, if I just zoom in a little bit more here, you can see that they can see basically around here. They can see this area right here, and that is pretty much it. They're not really able to see much more from this direction. So if, for example, I moved my guys probably like right about here, they wouldn't be able to see them. And then if I swung around, then they could see them a little bit. Can they see them from here? No. As you can see, the enemy still cannot see my units coming in from the fenced area. And then if I were to move in like this, the trees also serve as a line of sight blocker a little bit. And if I were to swing all the way around, then we would see the enemy, and then they would see us, and then we could hopefully use a smoke grenade, and we could blind them and then shoot them all and hopefully win. So yeah, that's basically one of the biggest things about this game that I noticed immediately. So classic AI, classic UI is available right here. So if you played the original game, which I believe came out in the 90s originally, then you can do that. You can play with that. So, you know, you right click to issue orders. Otherwise, you right click the target position and choose move. Now that is the new UI. I'm using the new UI for the moment. So you can see here, I just right click and then you have a whole bunch of different options. And in this tutorial, you're going to see exactly what is going on with that. Oh yeah, by the way, I should really tell you that I do have the, I'm actually going to show you the options. Because this is just a little preliminary video announcing the release of the game and to let you know that I'm actually going to be creating some more videos on this because it is just so incredibly immersive, and you'll see exactly why that is later down the line. But as you can see, I have all of these things, well, ticked at the moment. And now here's the thing. Display unit outlines. If you want something that looks much more, shall we say, much more realistic, then you can very easily do that by unticking this, and then you can see exactly why that's... See? Do you see the outlines? They've gone. They have completely gone now. Now, the only reason why I tick this on, this is actually off by default to give you that more realistic feel. The only reason why I tick this on is because my eyesight is not the best, and I really like the fact that they have added that in because I really can't see enemy units that easily without that option equipped, because that's just me. I just can't see. I'm a visually impaired person. So yeah. Anyway, we are going to have a look-see here, and we're going to fire. You can see they're all aiming and they're all reloading and everything as well. So they're going to be firing away at these targets. There you go. There's the one target dead, and then we can shoot at the other one as well. And they all get into prone position or crouching automatically, so you don't actually need to do that yourself. Now, there is also sneaking, which is really cool. And yeah, as you can see here, how the line from your troops shows a red line of sight blockage. You can also hold control for a line of sight info from any point, but more on that later. So yeah, fast move your men. So basically you can, so like, as you can see, there's red all where your units can't see. So if I'm selecting my units right now, you can see that they can't fire this way because of that red line. You can see that quite clearly there. That they literally, I mean, of course they wouldn't be able to fire from this point because they can't see any of the targets. So they could technically blind fire, maybe. Not entirely sure if that's possible. I know that is possible with mortar teams because there are vehicles in this. There are tanks, there are mortar teams, there are airstrikes, there's all kinds of things. So you're going to really have a fantastic time if you are a fan of this era of history, and indeed a fan of very deep strategy and tactical options. So yeah, fast move. Let's do that. So they're going to move relatively fast. They're not going to move that fast. And as I say, this is very much concentrating on the simulation style of things. So everything is very realistic. You know, units are not going to move in a second across the map. You know, they're not going to have teleport abilities. They're not going to have any of this stuff. It is all very much normalized. It's very much real life situations that they will be faced with. All right. So now you can see this little blue thing right here on the UI. That basically means where your units will be defending from. So you can actually left click on that, and then you can tell your units where you want them to face, which I think is really cool. I think this is really, really good. So basically, if I click on there, then they will reassort themselves, and they'll basically face the way that I want them to defend and the way I want them to look. And if there is any cover nearby, then they will take cover near any particular piece of cover and try to prevent themselves from dying horribly. So that's always very good. So let's try and shoot at this, try and take it out. Oh yeah, by the way, your men also have morale. As I mentioned earlier, men can panic. They can also become distressed. They can, just in general have basically any number of ailments. And if you're doing particularly badly and their morale goes down, then they may even run away. They might even run away from battle. So you have to be a bit careful about that. Anyway, they have teleported us over here now. and we're going to do the next little bit. So this is teaching us how to defend. So everything has a shortcut key as well, so you don't necessarily have to use the mouse to right-click and then use that order. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to just do this and then just get them assorted in the right position. So there you go, wait for the enemy to approach. Your team will fire when they're in range. So we just have to destroy the enemy unit. And you can see that my units are taking cover behind all of these rocks and behind all of this debris and things like that. So they're just going to shoot at these enemies right now, and these enemies are not really going to fire back. If this was a real situation, they would probably try to fire back unless they're doing some kind of weird maneuver. But yeah. Anyway, I have been in a couple of battles myself. Didn't do too well. I did quite well in a defense mission, but other than that, I do need to get a little bit better at the game. So we'll see how I go on that. But otherwise, things, yeah, so real enemy soldiers will put up more of a fight. Yes, they will, 100%, because these guys did not fire back whatsoever. But because we were in an entrenched position, or in a position that gave us greater defense than our opponent, we were able to come out ahead, which is really nice. Now, ambushing. Ambushing is really, really cool in this game because it's very realistic in the way that they do things. So it's basically the same as defend. However, ambush tells your men to take cover and hold their fire until the enemy comes within 30 meters, which I gotta say is really cool. So let us ambush over in this direction. There we go. There. Okay, so now all of my guys are going to get down. They're going to go into prone position. They're going to get ready for the vehicle to appear. And this is exactly what we are going to be crossing our fingers about, basically. So there's the vehicle. Let's hope we do okay. So now they're going to start shooting around about now. Almost. There you go. Okay, now let's hope that we're... Yeah, there we go. We actually took out the vehicle very, very fast indeed. Not too shabby. Now put everything you've learned into practice and take a simulated enemy machine gun nest. Ah, all orders are available for this task. Okay, so you can see here, we have sneaking and we have smoke. And we need to blind the enemy gunner. Then move or move fast to close in and destroy the enemy. So we have an enemy right about there, and we're going to try and move ahead. So let's see what we can do. So sneaking, let's do some sneaking. Let's go and sneak along the bushes here, through the bushes to spot the machine gun. Okay, so we're just going to have to do that first. So let's move forward. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot, because the last time I did this, bad things happened. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time around. But you can see that that's very realistic, because let's face it, if an AI, not an AI, but let's just say that it's a real enemy. And if a real enemy sees an enemy soldier sneaking through the bushes, he's probably going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to shoot that guy. You know, so let's be a bit cautious then, shall we? Yes, that would probably make sense. So let me see. Have we spotted him yet? Don't think we have. Don't think we have just yet. I would like to throw some smoke, to be honest. I'd like to spot him first, though, if at all possible. Have we got him yet? We haven't spotted him just yet. That's kind of interesting. Okay, well, maybe we should throw some smoke. Can we do that right now? Yep, he's throwing smoke. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to throw the smoke. And... yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice, there we go. Okay, so now we can shoot at these guys. Maybe. There we go, one's dead. Now, I feel like what we should probably do is rush their position. So I'm actually going to just rush their position straight up, and we're just going to shoot him right now, if we can actually get him. Can we? He's shooting at us. We might be able to get him. Yeah, there we go. We got him. All right. Now, I don't think that is how you're supposed to deal with this guy. I think in general what you're supposed to do is get that smoke grenade out and then use the smoke grenade to kind of give yourself a little bit of cover. Anyway, point is, we now have a mortar team and we're going to be engaging the targets across the river. So, this is going to be interesting. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to move my guys. I should probably... wait a minute. Let me see if I can... move them over there. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our rifle team to spot for our mortar team. So if we can spot the enemy from this riverbank over here, and then we can use our mortar team to fire at whatever opponent is over there, then we're going to have a good time. So let's see if we can make this happen. Now, this is very, as I say, it's very realistic. You're not going to get an insane amount of, you know, tactical information. You're not going to have radar or anything like that. You know, well, not right now at the very least, but you're going to be able to have to rely on your units actually seeing enemies to be aware of their positions. So anyway, they are now in position. That's absolutely fantastic. Mortars firing directly, lobbing shells over intervening vehicles, no, obstacles, but it takes them time to adjust their fire onto targets they can't see. So we're now going to order the mortar to fire at this. There we go. It's 100 meters away, and now you can actually see exactly what the mortar squad is doing. So you can see that. You can literally see them loading it up. You can see the little guy's hands working, and you can see that he's trying his best, and he's just about to launch. There we go. He has launched it, and I have no idea how long it's going to take to come back down, but he has launched it, and look at this. I can zoom all the way out if you want to. And there it is. There we go. Okay, he absolutely missed that. Yeah, that's where he actually hit. That was not particularly good. So he's going to have to reposition. There we go. He's firing something else now. So hopefully that's going to go a little bit better. And you can even see the names of your soldiers as well, and you can see exactly what they're doing. You can see their action, and you can see whether they're reloading. And there you go. We actually took out the vehicle on the second strike. So now we get the opportunity to use an airstrike, which is fantastic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take out this area. Now, these are vehicles, of course, and we have an A-36 dive bomber, and we're going to use it. Oh, yes, we're going to use it to do devastating amounts of damage. But, yeah, usually the missions that I've done, you're probably not going to have airstrikes available. At least I've done like three or four different missions, and I did not have airstrikes available in those, but it really just depends on which scenario you're wanting to do. And there you go, there's the airstrike, and we've completed basic training. However, facing real live enemies won't be so easy, but maybe you'll make a decent commander. I doubt it. Anyway, there it is. That's it. That's the tutorial. So if that has not piqued your interest already, then don't worry, because I will have another video or two to sate your curiosity. And if you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and it's out now, so you can pick it up. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.